Hello again, Susanna here, your spiritual guidance counselor and angel intuitive. So we're adding a fourth part to the three-part series because we're looking forward to 2023. And yes, we are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Yeah. Oh, my little kitty. Little kitty face on my shirt. It is around end of October, so I'm getting in festivities for the Halloween. It's fine. Anyway, so 2023, is that distracting? That's kind of distracting. I'm looking at it going, looks like I'm staring at myself there. It's kind of fun. Anyway, I'm not going to cut that. Not going to cut it. So 2023, what are we going into? So we're in the Great Ascension right now. 2022 is the Ascension aspect. So as I discussed in the previous three parts about how heaven and earth have combined, so we're in heaven on earth right now. We're just not everyone is seeing it. I'm seeing it. Many people are seeing it and feeling it and sensing it and knowing it. So 2023, we step into new beginnings, new vision. Okay, we started with 2020 vision. Now we're going into new vision or new beginnings, however you want to look at it. And it's interesting. I've been doing numbers for people and finding that many people are going into a 1 year next year, into 2023. And including myself and many of my friends. Excuse me. I've been wanting to do this video for a couple months now and wasn't able to speak clearly, and now it's kind of, I guess, some of the dark energies that don't want me to share this. However, it's getting out there. So, new beginnings, new vision, because I go back and forth because it's a new year, yes, but it's a whole new existence. It's a whole new world. It's the no normal, but it's going to be beautiful. Will there be weirdness appearing to be weirdness? Absolutely. As long as there's television, there'll always be negative out there. But going into this new year with new eyes, a new spiritual awareness, a new view from above, right? We're seeing everything differently. So it's a new beginning. It's not just in the fresh start sense, which it is that as well, because we are starting over in a whole new realm, basically. So the beauty of heaven on earth, we will be seeing more of. We will witnessing, we'll be living full on in. Okay, this is what I'm being shown and being told. Will some people be lagging behind in the old realm, old world? Absolutely. Because people don't like change. It's too good to be true. I can't believe it. It's too wonderful. What's the catch? There's one catch, and that's our Creator. And you have to understand that. Or believe it, or welcome it, or however you choose to interpret that. To understand what heaven is and how it is, and we're in it. And we're alive and still semi-solid, whatever, in this realm. So new vision. So we go in and we're seeing clearer. And I love the artwork behind me because it's very similar to how I see things. It's if you've seen the movie, what is it called? What Dreams May Come. There's a scene, and that's kind of what heaven looks like, in that the color is so bright it looks like liquid. It's liquid color. This kind of looks liquidy to me. It's very fluid. It looks like if you touch it, you're going to go right through. And that's the way it is. Everything's brighter, clearer, fresher. The smells are more intense. Flavors are more intense. Everything, our senses are heightened because we are fully connected to our Creator, to Source Energy, to God. So starting our life over in a whole new way, with a whole new existence. Everything is going to be new. Not sure what it is, because I'm part of the process here. I'm going through all this with you. But I have this overwhelming feeling that, again, going heaven on earth, right? There's no stress, right? I mean, that's a big one to wrap your brain around. But I see, they've been showing me there's no need to fear, no need to stress. And what's our number one stressor for most of us? Usually it's finances. Some people it's health, but then that goes back to finances, especially if you're in ill health and you're spending money getting treated or whatever, or missing work and that kind of thing. So we go into the finances. So I am being shown and given the sense that that's not going to be a problem anymore. Don't know how. I know, sounds crazy. Don't know how that's going to happen, what's going to happen. I don't know if it's just because our priorities shift when we get into that realm and that full-on heart and energy connection to God right here on this earth plane. But, you know, that we don't worry about it, that we have that complete unconditional loving connection to God the Creator, that we don't worry about the little things because we're always provided for. So I don't know if it's that, if the money system is going to be different, that it's not an issue, if somehow we're all provided for. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I wish I did, but it's kind of, sorry, I got hair there. But it's this overwhelming sense of peace and comfort and I want to say consistency, but I don't think that's the right word. Continuity, maybe, that we don't have to worry about those things. Don't have to worry about bills. Don't have to worry about finances. Again, call me crazy because a lot of people do. It's okay. But we'll see what happens there. And it's not just because I thought, well, hey, am I going to win the lottery? No. No. And it's not just for me, but they're showing it for everybody. That there's a new way of doing things or paying for things or monetary exchange or energetic exchange for goods and for services, that we are not beholden to the almighty dollar anymore. Okay? So again, I guess we'll see, right? we'll see how that goes. But that's a big one that's coming into the new vision. Are we seeing things differently, that money's not a priority? Are we, part of that is the case too, because I do feel like our priorities are shifting in a great way. But I think that's kind of been happening through all 3 years, coming into the fourth. So, because now it's like, in the ascension aspect of 2022, we are already connecting to Source, and we're seeing and sensing and feeling and knowing that our priorities and our purpose here is way different. If you find yourself, and it's more and more, myself anyway, and I know coming into the new year, it's going to be more so. It's like there's less and less that I can watch on television or Amazon or whatever the N-word one that I had to cancel because of the stuff they put on there. But it's like even music I used to enjoy, I feel it too deeply now, and I can completely sense the negative aspects and the purpose, we'll say, behind a lot of programming. There's the key word, programming on the television and through the music. As of now, I can't, it's hard for me to look at my TV, or if I'm watching something on an iPad, any production, movie, TV, television shows, movies, whatever. Very few things I can actually look at because of what they're putting behind the screen. Lots of subliminal messaging, and I know I've discussed that before, but they're ramping it up. They're ramping it up because they're losing, they meaning the dark side, they're losing control of a lot of people, because a lot of people are turning off the TV and breaking the spell. Breaking that spell and the programming. So people are waking up. That's why we're where we are. And that's how, and it's the majority, no matter what you see, what you hear, go with your heart, go with your intuition. What do you feel? Okay? And if you feel any kind of fear, release that as soon as you can. Do whatever you can to release that, because that's what's holding a lot of people back. So, because that feeds the darkness, and I know I've said this many times. I've got that's a fun one. I got in a big old battle online over that one. That fear is good, but it's, and I've done that video. The was it the power of fear? The gift of fear, because fear wakes us up to what we need to shift and change and look at. If something scares us, why does it scare us? We have to go inside and release that, because there's no need for any kind of fear in this realm. As long as you're connected, and even if you're not connected to God, we're always protected. Always. We're always provided for. We're always protected. No reason for fear. We can go. That's a whole other thing. I've had people ask me to do another video on that, and I might do that. But again, going into 2023 with new eyes, new vision. Oh, there we go. That's why I've got this shirt on. Haha. Thank you. Didn't get that. Okay, because I was going to change my shirt, and it's like, they're like, nah, it's good. But anyway, we're going in, new vision. All new beginnings. Seeing things differently. Not just because things are going to appear differently, like I said, with the colors, with the energies, with the movements, with focus. There's so much more focus and direct attention. And things are, I think that's the other aspect of the monetary thing, is that things are coming to us easier, because that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, God provides everything we need. And I feel like things will come to us easier. The right people will come into our lives. If you're looking for work or trying to find your work, your place, I feel like that's going to come closer or come easier. All of the above, I guess. We're going into a whole new world. Sorry, I've been saying that for like 2 weeks now. But that's how it's going to be. So if you're worried about what's going on, or what you think is, or perceiving that's going on, or what's being shown on the television, you know, either turn it off, understand that it's not, we'll just say it's not what it appears to be in many ways. And a lot of that information is coming out. So if you are researching and looking, you will see that it is a big old illusion. It's a big old, we'll say it's a big Hollywood production. Literally. But being aware of that, look for little things. If you are choosing to watch news or media, look past the person speaking. Look what's going on in the background, okay? Observe, like looking over. It's like when you're speaking in front of a big crowd, you look over them and you can kind of eyeball everybody without freaking out when seeing people looking at you. So it's the same kind of thing. So you look over the person, you know, look at their aura, look at the energy, if they have an aura. That's an interesting one. That's what made me turn a lot of stuff off a couple of years ago, several years ago. But if you look past that and see what's going on in the background, underneath the green screen, or to the green screen in many cases. I know, I laugh because I know you all are laughing out there too, some of you are, but just being aware. You know, question everything. Question what I'm saying, but look at it through different eyes. Look at it in a different way, with a different perspective, and see what you see. That will prepare you for what's coming, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see the little haze and a little blip of the green screen, or you see the boom mic coming down, or reflections in cameras and things like that. Well, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it changes your entire perspective, okay? On a human level, beyond the spiritual and energetic aspect. Excuse me. And so start being aware of that. Because when we go into 2023 with the new vision, in this new beginning, it's like our eyes are like microscopes. It's like we're pinpointing everything. We're picking out every little detail. And it's funny because as I say that, I'm looking at my window and it's like all of a sudden there's this zooming in. So that's kind of what they're showing me. So it's like what you see, you're going to see everything. You're going to see through it, around it, every little aspect of it. So preparing for that. So we're not really shocked. It's like we see all the detail, right? So it's like if you zoom in on something, you see the little pixels or whatever. This is more like a hologram. You go in, you're seeing everything. When you look at something, you see every little cell. You look at a plant, you see every little cell of that plant. You look at the food you're eating. Oh, thank you. Looking at the food you're eating and seeing what's really there or what's not there, as the case may be. Okay? So thinking about that, preparing for that. Preparing to go into that, it's about staying as positive as possible. Again, releasing fear and anxiety as much as possible. Focus on whatever positive you have around you. If you have pets, focus on the love of the pets. If you have loving friends, focus on them. Read uplifting books or documentaries, or watch documentaries, or read, about real things. Because that's the other aspect. Another aspect of going into the new vision and new beginnings is there's going to be a lot more reality, okay? Because we will be seeing things that were not real. We're going to see that many things were not real, whatever real is. It's like we're all energetic beings, so what's real? But I'm focusing on the human aspect, the literal, physical, earthbound events, people, stories that we've lived our lives. I mean, I'm in my 50s. It's things that we've been told our whole lives. Not all real. Very, very different reality. And people ask me, I'll just throw this in real quick because this is getting long. I don't want to, you guys are bored. But it's like I've seen things since I was a kid and questioned. I was that why, but why? Because I said so, but why? I was one of those. And because I would see something different than what was being told. And then it would come and go, right? I'd see through the illusion, so to speak. So I would question. But then you get to the point where you're tired of asking and no one's giving you answers. So you just go with it. Okay? So already things are coming out about certain things. I do want to go into it. It's driving me crazy. But we'll just say, did we really go to the moon? Look that up. Research Stanley Kubrick moon. But so many things that we were told were something completely different or non-existent. If we start looking at historical events through intuition, through our heart, our gut, our intuition, instinct, however you word it, if we start looking at things differently, see what feels real and true. I guess that's a better word. Thank you. See what feels true to you as opposed to what we're supposed to believe or what we're supposed to think. Okay? So preparing yourself to go into 2023 for big surprises in positive ways, positive surprises. But don't let the illusion of the negative and the fear porn take you down or wear you out or close you off. Stay open, stay positive, and get excited for the new vision and the new beginnings. Have a beautiful week.